Pulse's Caribbean Model Search is brought to you by Pulse and Ellen Veer. In part one of our modeling megastar runway show, we saw our hopefuls strut their stuff in swimsuits and the always artist-inspired looks from Zaid. The elegant styling of Drenna Luna is up next. Part two of Pulse's CMS modeling megastar runway show starts now.
You want me to do African?
Sit back, please.
Let me sit back and show you how to do African. Because I am Nigerian, and this competition is going to bring out the best in me. You just wait and see.
Shut up
By
there.
this time,
Look at you.
what did you say?
You're talking like you're the winner.
Hey,
Look at these are for young girls.
Is it so?
These are for young girls. Look at them. Hey, look at them.
You know, for me.
Look at them.
You never knew all the things you said. They were never true in the games you played. You would always win, always win. And I set fire to the rain. Watch it pour as it touch your face.
Pull up that again. Pull up that.
Walk towards her, remember that now.
Screaming out your name, your name. I set fire to the rain. And
Before we got started with the modeling megastar runway show, our contestants made one last walk through the Villa Renai Nature and Art Trail as they reflected on their experience throughout this season's Caribbean Model Search. Okay guys, so we're going into the lovely, this is one of my favorite places at Villa Renai, where you have the beautiful sculptures and you have all the trees and the light filtering through. And then this is an area where you had one of your photo shoots. And so we started here with the boys on the Music Man. All the artifacts all around Villa Renai have different motifs and different themes. So this is the Music Man. And then for the girls and guys, we had a beautiful scene with the Fisher folk here. So tell me how you guys felt about this challenge.
The artifacts, I really like them. I'm the type of person who like to be surrounded by something that represents.
Do you like art?
Yeah.
Are you an artist? Do you draw? Do you?
No, I'm not an artist.
But you're able to enjoy and appreciate the art?
Yes.
What has been the most surprising thing for you guys on this journey?
Getting to see some of the established models like Michael Simone, Orania, and getting to interact with them. I never thought at any point that I would actually get to meet them in person, let alone rap with them. So that for me was the biggest high point.
The most surprising thing that's happened so far in the TV show is having 2 eliminations and nobody going home. I did not expect that, but I was grateful because Chris was saying, I wish everyone could just make it through to the next round and, you know, they can't choose from
That
it.
is wishful thinking.
It so happened that you guys really had a hard time.
Yeah, we did, but this one for sure.
Oh,
really? You ganged up on us, huh?
Everybody just
Oh,
prefer their
man.
best.
Good job. Well, you guys, the gang-in worked because this sculpture park really
Nice work,
brought
guys.
everybody to life. And this is the lovely spot for the girls. Celine, how were you feeling about your shoot?
I didn't really enjoy that shoot because I didn't think I did well. I thought I would drop out of the competition because I looked painful. And I'm trying to work on that.
Okay, so guys, we're here at your dreaded elimination spot, but you don't have to dread it anymore anyway because you're still here. And so this is a beautiful spot is where Mrs. Renai did. Look at all the stonework that she done. She individually put all these stones on the spaces, and then you have the little people being entertained or dancing. And then again, her little Fisher people motif on the ground. And then this is where you stood in front of the judges.
Yeah.
And we're petrified and we're excited and won challenges and was in the bottom 4 and had to walk the plank. And anyway, you guys can tell me about the whole process of elimination and how you felt about that.
I think this is Calvary. I think this is where Jesus bring the cross. Because every time I like stand here, I just feel like, oh, just waiting for someone to just hammer the nail through my hands. So it was quite an interesting experience, but I managed to made it through all of the rounds.
It's like, even if you feel confident during the challenge and you think you do good, when you come here, it just make you question, like, oh, you don't know how they're going to see the pictures, or if, you know, if it came out good. So you're like, you know, nobody's really safe when you're standing right here.
Yeah. But you had an epic moment in the last challenge because you said you were preparing your speech, your farewell speech, and then boom, you won the challenge with 2 other girls. Okay guys, so when the models do exceptionally well and they go all over the world and be on the cover of Vogue and do all this amazing work in Paris, Milan and London, they end up here on the Pulse Fashion and Beauty Hall of Fame. So one of you or 2 of you or more of you can end up on the Pulse Hall of Fame. The girls of CMS Top 10 this season hit the runway next in the collection from Drenna Luna.
Joanna, your busy body busy tonight. Joanna, making on the dummy tonight. Joanna, your busy body giving me life, oh, hey life, hey. Why you do me like Joanna, Joanna? Joanna, how you gonna do me like Joanna, Joanna, hey Joanna, hey Joanna, Joanna, ay ay ay, hey, how you gonna play me like Drogba, ho? How you gonna do me like Drogba, ho? Oh, DJ Drogba, ho, hey, DJ Drogba, ho. Busy body, busy tonight. Joanna, making all the dummy tonight.
Okay, that collection was from Drenna Luna, all black.
Yes, because of the rain we had today, we couldn't have the models in their stilettos. And so, you know, they were 3 inches shorter than they normally would be. So a lot of that collection was on the ground, unfortunately. And so the beauty and of a lot of those silhouettes were not fully captured because of that. But otherwise, you know, always good collection.
And black is beautiful, so we love black.
Especially against the white.
Yeah.
And I mean, and for the conditions that they were in, and considering that, I believe they did a really good job. And I mean, they had some energy about them, and even though they were probably uncomfortable with, obviously, the condition, they maintained composure, which is very important. And so I thought that was brilliant on their part.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Absolutely.
Definitely. All right, so ready for the last collection?
Yep.
Caribbean Model Search. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Pulse's Caribbean Model Search. Last season's CMS TV winner, Daniela Davis, has been leading the charge in a new era of Caribbean models. With a portfolio now boasting an expansive variety of work, Daniela is now on the path to achieving great heights in world modeling. Pulse International Beauty Michael Simone Williams, who has worked for major fashion brands, including Armani and Valentino, stopped by the pool to chat with us about her experiences.
Why modeling? That's a good question. It just kind of seemed like a perfect fit for me because I had always wanted to be a model, but modeling is not the easiest thing to get into if you want to be an international model. So I was kind of just waiting on an opportunity to present itself in the case like, if this is for me, then this will happen. And it did happen. Select and Pulse had the search and I won. Overjoyed is not the word because you have to think about the fact that this is something that I wanted for a long time in my life. It's a feeling that I can't describe to you, achieving something that you've wanted for a very, very long time. My biggest accomplishment so far is walking for Valentino It was a full cast of black models. It was just so inspiring because it made me feel like I was someone who belonged in a room with all these great people. My most memorable job after Valentino is the Zendaya and Tommy Hilfiger show, because again it was just like a lineup of really, really amazing models. So now we're adding like Leomi Anderson, now we're adding Grace Jones to the lineup. Now we're adding Tyra Banks. She didn't walk, but I saw her. I definitely saw her. I was walking and she was right at the front. I looked in her face. I'm sure she saw me. I wouldn't want anyone to think that you're going to become a model or you're going to get into modeling and there's not going to be any sacrifice involved. You travel a lot, you're going to be away from home sometimes. But other than that, I mean, traveling a lot, going to Paris, Milan, New York, you know, it's fun. I started out in London and then I got an agency in Paris and Milan, and my big dream as a model was to get to New York. And I would like you guys to know that your girl just got to New York this year. So that's very exciting, and that's, you know, where I'm heading. I've literally just started out in New York, so I can't tell you guys how it will go. Of course I can tell you how it will go. Great, that's how it will go. Pulse has most definitely given me a platform that I wouldn't have had any other way to achieve my dreams. As I said, this is one of the biggest dreams of my lifetime. Kingsley and Remy are two very, very motivated individuals, and they will bring you where you want to go as long as you yourself are motivated to get where you want to go.
Okay guys, so we did our little tour of Villa and we walked through the sculpture park and we went by the pool, we saw the mountainside. But I know we're in the city still, right?
Yes, we are.
And so you had an exciting outing. What was the funnest part about it for you being on the street and shooting on the street?
First of all, is the reactions of the person.
Yeah.
Like the crowd, they were everybody going about everyday business, but once they realized that them people are dressed different, so they got attracted, and then there was a bigger crowd, which was better for the photo shoot.
Yeah, you hear them on the phone.
Yeah, like, oh,
can we vote?
So they were like, you get my vote, girl.
How was the shoot itself?
Everything was smooth. Everything, it was good. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot about that. The police stopped you guys. That was a bit of excitement, huh?
Yeah, that was a bit excitement.
All the way to get arrested.
I was really scared. I thought I was going to jail.
But the next day you had the water challenge. I know you guys were splashing in the pool at Paul Sweets. And I thought, oh my God, when we were thinking about getting you guys in for the water challenge, that everybody was going to pass with flying colors. And then what happened? As we speak about the water challenge, here comes the rain.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, it is indeed.
For me, my question to you today is, how long have you been in the modeling industry working as a model? And what inspired you to start recruiting models?
Well, I was inspired to become a model because I wanted to go to Paris and I wanted to learn French. Pulse was running a promotion that said something about winning a trip to Paris, and I won the trip to Paris. I was going off to university and I decided that I'm going to do some modeling first, and I was on the cover of a fitness magazine in England called Slimmer. And we did the shoot in South Africa, and it was an amazing shoot. I modeled in Paris, and in London I did a lot of work in Africa as well. South Africa, I traveled all throughout. I did a little stint in New York, but not for very long, because then I went back to college in the States. But one of the things that I love about what I'm doing now is the growth that you normally see when someone comes through the door at Pulse, and the transformation that they undergo when they leave. This avenue of trying to find a career path does not discriminate in any way. Nadine Willis is a perfect example of how someone can start with nothing and then basically command the modeling world. I remember I was on a plane going back from Jamaica to New York, and I was reading the New York Times, and you open the New York Times and there was Nadine, one whole page of the New York Times in her Gucci campaign. And then you look at somebody like an Alicia Burke, for example, who came from Old Harbor. I'm from Old Harbor Bay, to be able to make the cover of Vogue. So it is quite incredible, this whole process of taking young talent, developing them like you're being developed now through the Model Search, and making them realize that you can step onto the world stage, you can represent yourself, and you can represent Jamaica, and that's the beauty of it for me. With the tension running high as the final judging approaches, the contestants gathered the camera crew and decided to let off some steam and have a little fun with their own eliminations.
Well, contestants, today's a really tough challenge, so I hope you all did well because this is going to be the cutoff for most of you.
First, Mr. Cooper, I want to start with the persons who are doing exceptionally well. Okay. And I think we all can agree that Susanna is just perfect. Congratulations, Susanna, you are the winner for the challenge. Christopher McCoy, step forward. Jazeel Pinto, step forward. The rest of you may go, you're safe.
I think both of them are great performers, but what they're lacking is posture and confidence.
The person who will be going home is Pinto. I'm sorry.
Pinto have not to say for himself. Come Pinto, Pinto.
Alright, Pinto, we're getting Pinto Vex.
Good day, contestants. In this round, we will be eliminating 4 contestants from the batch. The first contestant that would be safe is Chris McCoy,
Nicole Clark,
Susanna Hyde.
I think you guys have a good posture, but unfortunately you're not moving on to the next round. Thank you.
You're such a bad person.
He said on 4 of us one time.
Wicked dog.
So all the people in the bottom 4, you get a chance to appeal to the judges by walking the plank tomorrow at dawn.
That's Marie.
Yes! More laugh and can't laugh. It's like, oh my God. The only thing you guys need is pasta.
You look painful. What are you doing? We're having such a hard time with you.
Like I remember the jeans shoot. She was like, oh, I just can't see why Chris is in because he's just not doing anything. I'm like, what am I going to do? So it was
chopping words.
Get ready for the final collection. And when we come back, the judges choose the standouts of the Modeling Megastar Runway Show, plus this season's winner of Caribbean Model Search.
It's a big pants.
This a big pants. Lean feeder. Boss on the no look bad. Nice, mother beat that.
This designer is a staple on the Caribbean fashion scene. Her African-inspired pieces are exquisitely printed, colorful, flowing works of art. With no buttons or zippers in sight, Mutamba's collection is up next.
Body too correct. Oh no, Erima no forget. Money go oh collect. Oh wale, oh one Pakam, body too correct. Say she love me, and I love it. Sensima, why they for Benzema? Why you want $1? Sensima, this kind dance you the dance. I'm doing the singing, you doing the dance. Why you wanna do me wrong thing? She open up sorry yo. Why they do me something? Why they do me wrong thing? Show when I sorry yo. Why they do me something? Oh collect, oh wale, oh one Pakam, body too correct. Oh no, Erima no forget. Money go oh collect, oh wale, oh one Pakam, body too correct. Say she love me, and I love it. Sensima.
Why they for her? Benzema. Why you want $1? Sensima. This kind dance, you the dance. I'm doing the singing, you doing the dancing. Benzema. Why they for her? Benzema. Why you want $1? Sensima. This kind dance, you the dance. I'm doing the singing, you doing the dancing. Benzema. Baby, shaman, I'm like a joke. Down, the back when all I want me can know. I need go to body, oh yeah, to body, fun daddy, yo. Oh baby, to body, oh yeah, to body, fun daddy, yo. Any meta, Sama any meta, Boko, Sama one any meta, Boko, Sasha Bon any meta, any meta, Sama any meta, Boko, Daddy mama any meta, Boko, yeah I go me really meta. Body too correct. Oh no, Eddie man don't forget. Money go perfume. Oh wale. Pakam. Say she love me. Beyond no day.
That was a collection from Mutamba. It was gorgeous.
As always, what can I say? Our collections have been consistent over a number of years. I love the pieces she did for that challenge.
What I love about her stuff is that there are no zippers, it's just ties. It's easy and relaxed, the looks.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and the models were flawless,
Yeah.
beautiful, and actually Mutamba, during my time, her outfit was the one that I wore.
You're a Mutamba
And
man. All right, well, the models have shown us what they have. Hopefully, their instructions from Miss Burke, Miss Alicia Burke, and the Alpha Male for the guys, and little tips from Orain, stealing Offset and go giving them like a pep
New
talk
energy.
before, new energy. So we'll see who emerges as the winner of the challenge and ultimately the winner of the title under the Pulse Global banner for the first year.
Right.
Yeah.
Caribbean Model Search.
Caribbean Model Search is happening right here. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step in the right direction, and our winner's journey starts today. The title of CMS 2019 champion marks a milestone on the road to success. One of these contestants' life will change forever with the Caribbean Model Search title. They will get the opportunity to step into modeling's international arena and work for the world's best fashion brands, just like the CMS TV winners and Pulse stars before them. Okay, contestants, it's time to determine who is the winner of the Runway Challenge.
The last challenge, the final challenge.
I thought you guys did really well on the runway, very strong. Let's see how it goes.
This young lady has always impressed me. Great work ethic, great commitment, and everything she does, she tries to do it to the best of her ability. And also she has a lot of what it takes to be a successful model. And she's the winner of the Runway Challenge today, and her name is Susanna. All right, so the top 5. Susanna is the first of our top 5. Susanna, congratulations.
So my pick for the person who will be in the top 5 is Nicole.
It's time to welcome a boy into the top 5. And that spot goes to Alston Esme.
My second pick for the top 5 is Shantae.
I know this is the most brutal part of the top 5 countdown, but this person has been consistent over the entire competition, Makai.
How does everybody feel about being in the top 5? Starting with you, Nicole.
I feel very grateful for my spot here. I have achieved a lot.
I'm honestly overwhelmed with joy. I didn't think that I would come so far in this competition. So even if I don't win, I know I go home with a lot. And I'm really happy about that.
I'm started trembling right now. I'm so happy right now and overwhelmed.
This is, I'm lost for words at the moment, so I'm just happy to be here right now.
thank you for seeing my hard work I'm putting out, and I want to say thank you very much.
So, let's look at the top 3. Okay? Esme, you're in the top 3.
Shante.
And the final spot, Miss Gordon.
Right, having won many challenges and performed well, the accolades have been loaded onto you, Susanna. You're in the top 3. Francine, Janelle, and Sidine did it for Vogue. Angela did it for Cosmo and Elle. Nadine and Hector did it for Gucci and Vogue. Carla did it for Esquire and Sports Illustrated. Nell did it for Arena and Marie Claire. Janelle did it for Nike, L'Oreal, and Louis Vuitton. Michael Simone did it for Armani. Orain did it for Ralph Lauren and several others. Our winner will also join a rich tradition of cover models from Pulse, including Loy, Kimberly, Janelle, Carla, Orain, Sidine, Francine, and so many more. The winning hometown hopeful will stand next to Shalisha Stewart, Michael Simone Williams, Daniela Davis, and the next gen of superstars led by CMS TV winner, Italian Vogue cover girl, and top 50 model in the world, Alicia Burke. A new life awaits the contestant who will win this important and historic title.
If I was sent home, of course, I'm going to feel very devastated. But I had such a good experience here. I'm having such a good experience here. So I wouldn't go home empty-handed. If I won this competition, of course, I'm going to be overjoyed. I'm going to feel like, you know, the queen, like on top of the mountain.
If I won Caribbean Model Series, I will be overwhelmed with excitement.
First of all, when I come in a competition for lose, so it's still on the table to win. It would boost my exposure, that is the next thing. And I mean, who wouldn't want to win? To be a top model, you have to have a level of consistency, and that has to show throughout your career, not just one day, then next week, then the following week. Talking about years of being consistent. And this person has been consistent with her pictures, and the judges are feeling very strongly about her.
And the winner for Caribbean Model Search 2019 is
Shante. Good job, good job.
Thank you.
Fix your eyes on Shante Leslie, whose participation in this season's CMS show has sparked major social media and worldwide interest from modeling's top power brokers. Since her introduction on CMS TV, the bidding war has already begun among international agents. With such keen attention from New York, London, and Paris, this Clarendon native is bound to make the leap from hometown hopeful to Pulse's next modeling megastar.